You know, it's amazing, right? Like, you can barely glance at the latest academic papers these days
Yeah.
without bumping into artificial intelligence everywhere. And I don't just mean it's like a buzzword. It's like seriously changing how research is, actually done,
Yeah.
like from the ground up.
Right.
Which, well, that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
If you're feeling even a little bit like, whoa, things are moving fast, this is
Yeah.
for you. We want to make sure you get, a clear picture of the main AI tools out there that are like,
Right.
I don't know, changing the game for academic research.
Absolutely.
And I think it's helpful, we've gone through a lot to
Yes.
bring together what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
And today it's all about the practical stuff. Like, what do these tools actually do for researchers, like you listening?
What would they let you do?
So to break things down, we're going to look at them by what they do. Starting with, okay, how do they change literature reviews? Then, how are they helping us to actually write better, generate better content? Then data analysis,
Yeah.
statistics,
Yeah.
the kind of AI-powered stuff there. And then finally, how are they changing how we work with voice transcription and analysis? Our goal here is to help you really grasp, like really understand the most important AI tools
Mm-hmm.
and what they mean for your work, your academic work in the real world.
Yeah.
Are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely. I think a great place to start is with, a stage that's really the foundation of research, but that's also one of the most time-consuming,
Oh,
the literature review.
oh, tell me about it. I mean, just the sheer volume of papers out there, the crazy web of citations.
Yeah.
It can feel like, I don't know, a whole other project just to do the literature review.
It really is.
But AI is like offering some, I don't know, some real help here.
Yeah.
So let's start with Elicit.
Okay.
This one sounds like it could be a game changer.
What's really interesting about Elicit is
Yeah.
how it kind of flips the way we search.
Okay.
So instead of, traditional keyword searches,
Yeah.
you can ask specific research questions.
Wow.
And then Elicit uses AI to go through, analyze all those peer-reviewed articles and pull out the answers and even the evidence to support those answers.
Oh, wow.
So imagine all the time you'd save,
Yeah.
not just finding papers, but finding the exact information you need.
That is huge. No more like skimming through whole articles, hoping for that one paragraph that's relevant.
Exactly.
Okay, so then there's connected papers,
Right.
which, this one's all about visuals. It generates these maps, which just sounds so intuitive.
Yeah. Connected papers basically takes what we call a seed paper
Okay.
and creates this visual network
Okay.
of related articles.
Got it.
So you can instantly see the whole kind of intellectual landscape
Yeah.
around a topic,
Yeah.
see those key influential works you might have missed, and even discover whole new research areas you didn't even know existed. Think of it like a family tree for research.
Okay.
So the seed paper, that's the ancestor,
Okay.
and all the connected papers are the descendants,
I love that analogy.
or, close relatives.
That makes the connections so much clearer.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's Semantic Scholar.
Uh-huh.
And this one isn't just your regular search engine?
No, not at all.
Right.
Semantic Scholar uses AI to actually understand the meaning and the
Yeah.
context in
Yeah.
research papers,
Yeah.
which means it can filter and organize your results
Yeah.
way more precisely
Yeah.
than like a standard keyword search.
Interesting.
It can see like the core contributions,
Uh-huh.
the methods they used, and even the impact of the paper
Oh.
based on how it's been cited.
So it's like going beyond just matching words
Right.
to actually get the science.
Yeah, it's understanding the science.
That's wild. So that could really cut down on all the noise, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And get you to the good stuff faster.
Yes.
So then we have Research Rabbit.
Okay.
And even the name, right? It makes you think of exploration and discovery.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So Research Rabbit also builds these networks of papers,
Okay.
but it's more about exploration and how ideas develop.
So how is it different from connected papers?
So you can follow, a specific author's work,
Okay.
see who they collaborate with, and trace like how concepts change
Okay.
across different publications.
Yeah.
It's less structured, more dynamic.
I like that. So you can really get into the evolution of thinking
Yeah.
within a whole field.
Exactly.
And finally, in this category, we have Cite,
Okay.
which it really focuses on citations, but with this really cool layer of analysis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, what's really insightful about Cite is that it looks at citations differently.
Okay.
It doesn't just count them, it categorizes them.
Oh, interesting.
So are they supporting the original work?
Are they contrasting it, or are they just mentioning it?
Wow.
So you get a way richer understanding of the impact, not just, oh, it's been cited a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But, have its findings been validated,
Right.
challenged, or just kind of mentioned in passing?
That's way more sophisticated than just a simple number.
Right.
It really gives you a sense of the academic conversation.
Yeah.
So AI is clearly transforming how we find and understand research that's already out there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now let's move to the next stage.
Okay.
Writing and content generation. I mean, academic writing, it requires a lot of,
Right.
rigor, clarity.
Absolutely. It needs to be precise,
Yeah.
coherent, and, follow all those conventions.
Yeah, exactly. And there are all these new AI tools
Yes.
designed to help us meet those, really high standards.
Yes.
So I guess the one everyone's talking about is ChatGPT.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's everywhere. But how can it actually help us with academic writing?
Well, ChatGPT can be surprisingly good at structuring your arguments.
Okay.
It can even generate, first drafts
Wow.
or summaries of complex material,
Uh-huh.
suggest improvements to your writing style and flow,
Uh-huh.
and even answer your questions about grammar and style as you go.
Yeah.
It's like having a writing assistant right there.
That's so helpful, especially for getting over that blank page.
Yes.
Or for refining a draft.
Exactly.
And then there's DeepL, right? I know DeepL from its translation, but it also helps with writing.
It does, and it's really valuable for
Yeah.
researchers who want to reach an international audience.
Oh, okay.
So DeepL Write focuses on, really advanced grammar
Yeah.
and clarity improvements,
Duh.
not just in English,
Yeah.
but across lots of different languages.
Wow.
The goal is to make sure your writing is polished,
Uh-huh.
precise,
Yeah.
and easy for a global community to understand.
That's such an advantage for people collaborating across borders or publishing in international journals.
Absolutely.
And then there's Quillbot,
Right.
which it focuses on making your writing better,
Yes,
but specifically by paraphrasing.
that's right.
Okay.
So Quillbot can help you rephrase sentences and paragraphs.
Oh,
So you can be clearer, more expressive.
yeah.
It's super helpful for avoiding plagiarism
Uh-huh.
and making sure you're expressing those complex ideas in your own way.
So it's not just about catching plagiarism after the fact.
Right.
It's about helping you write originally in the first place.
Exactly.
Okay. And we can't forget those essential tools, the citation managers like Zotero and Mendeley.
Right. Those are fundamental.
These have been around for a while, but they're still absolutely crucial.
Yeah, they're essential for keeping things organized.
Yes. I mean, trying to manage citations manually,
Yeah.
it's just asking for errors,
Right.
especially with a big project.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI helps us find information,
Yeah.
write it up. But what about when we have data, raw data to analyze?
Right. That's another area where AI is making a difference.
I mean, being able to analyze
Yeah.
and really understand large data sets,
Right.
it's so important.
It really is.
And it has to be accurate
Absolutely.
and efficient.
Yeah.
So even Excel, which
Yeah.
everyone knows, right?
Yeah,
It now has AI features through Copilot.
exactly.
Oh, Copilot, yeah. I feel like it's popping up everywhere.
It really is.
So how does it help with data analysis in Excel specifically?
So it brings AI-powered analysis.
Okay.
Makes it easier to see trends, patterns, even those weird outliers.
Uh-huh.
It can even help you think of good questions to ask about your data
Okay.
and suggest the best ways to visualize your findings.
Wow.
So it's making sophisticated data analysis
Yeah.
more accessible.
Yeah, for everyone.
For sure.
And then we have IBM SPSS, which has been a powerhouse in statistical analysis for a long time.
Yes.
And now it also has AI.
Exactly. So IBM SPSS with AI
Okay.
is all about making statistical analysis
Uh-huh.
more accurate and efficient
Uh-huh.
for both academic and, real-world research.
Yeah.
The AI can actually help you choose the right statistical tests.
That's so helpful.
Yeah.
And to interpret the results.
Exactly. So it's a huge help for researchers that
Yeah.
maybe struggle with the statistics side of things.
Totally. And then there's GPT-4 for Python, which, Python's so big in data science. Huge.
So this sounds incredibly powerful.
What's really transformative here is that GPT-4 can actually help you with the coding.
Okay.
So it can generate code, optimize code, specifically for data analysis tasks.
Oh, wow.
And it works within those environments that scientists use all the time, like
Yeah.
Pandas, NumPy, and SciPy. And it's really helpful to know why those libraries are so important. So Pandas is for data manipulation.
Okay.
NumPy is for the number crunching.
Yeah.
And SciPy is for that, more scientific and technical computing. So it's like you have an AI coding partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Helping you work with your data.
Helping you work smarter.
And then finally, in this category, we have Tableau with AI.
Right.
It's all about the visualization, right?
Exactly. Tableau's been a leader in data visualization for a long time. And with AI, it can now do even more.
Okay.
It helps you create interactive graphs and dashboards that are really intelligent.
Wow.
The AI can help you figure out the best ways to show your data visually.
Yeah.
So you can, uncover those deeper insights.
It's so important to be able to translate complex data into, something that's clear and compelling.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's how we communicate our findings.
It's key.
Okay, so we've covered text, numbers.
Yeah.
But what about when research involves audio?
Right.
Like interviews or recordings of conferences?
That's where these voice transcription and analysis tools come in.
Yeah.
And a really popular option is otter.ai.
I've heard of that. What makes it so good for academic research?
So it's really accurate at automatically transcribing, which is so helpful when you have those long interviews or recorded meetings.
Oh my gosh, it would save so much time.
Right. No more manual transcription.
I mean, hours and hours.
Yeah, exactly. And it could even identify different speakers.
That's amazing. And then there's Whisper, which comes from OpenAI, the same people who made ChatGPT.
Right. And Whisper is a more advanced AI, specifically built for transcribing audio really well.
Okay.
What's cool is it's accurate across a ton of languages.
Wow.
And can handle even not so perfect audio.
Yeah.
With impressive speaker identification and noise reduction.
So it's a really powerful tool.
It is.
For researchers who are working with all kinds of audio.
All sorts of audio data.
So we've gone from searching the literature to writing to analyzing data and even working with audio.
Right.
And AI is impacting every part of it.
Every step of the way.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. These tools, they have so much potential to make academic research more efficient and more accurate across the board.
And ultimately, the point isn't to replace humans, right? It's to help us do more.
Yeah, it's about amplifying our abilities.
Yeah.
Letting us dig deeper, explore more.
Yeah.
And ultimately spend more time on, generating new knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
And asking those really insightful questions.
Exactly.
It's about accelerating progress in science and scholarship.
Yeah. For the 21st century.
Absolutely.
And by using these technologies in a thoughtful way, researchers can, free themselves from those tasks that are kind of routine.
Right.
And time-consuming.
Yeah, the things that take up so much time.
And focus on, the real intellectual work.
Yeah, the stuff that really drives discovery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for you listening, as you think about all these AI tools out there, which ones really stand out to you? Which ones do you need right now? How do you think AI could change your field or even just your own research process in the coming years? I mean, maybe try out one of the tools we talked about today.
Yeah.
Maybe use Elicit for your next literature review.
Yeah.
Or Whisper for transcribing interviews.
It's definitely worth exploring.
It really is. It's an exciting time to be a researcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so curious to see where all of this goes and how it, ultimately shapes the future of academia.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
For this deep dive into the world of AI and academic research.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.